ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुः मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master, Shishimadesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, kindly opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. Therefore, I am putting my head at his lotus feet. Today, we are living in the world of competitions and quarrel. And in such times, when we look into ourselves, we have been finding 4 discrepancies in us, that we have limited senses, we have limited perception and conclusion due to limited senses, so it is also faulty. The third thing, we are illusioned because the material matter and spirit, they conflict. And third thing, we have little cheating propensity. These 4 defects are in every living entity, and we do not consider it's important. Rather, we want to make perfection through 4 defective situations, so naturally our conclusions will be also faulty. But as far as occupational duty is concerned, which are organized by Lord Sri Krishna, as says, the Chatur Varnyam Maya Sustam Guna Karma Vibhagasha. Tasya Kartaram Viddhi Akartaram Avyayam. I have divided the human society into 4 Varna and Ashrams according to the qualifications, Guna Karma, and the compulsory activity which is done through those influence of the modes of material nature. That is Guna. There are 3 gunas we know: mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. And the activities are also performed. And they have 4 divisions. The Brahmins are supposed to be in mode of goodness, and their activity will be highly religious. The second is Kshatriya. They are mostly in the mode of passion, and their bodily strength is the most prominent, factor that delineates their activity for preservation or protection of the race itself. The Vaishyas are in a combined mode of passion and ignorance. Therefore, their activities are also of service, at the same time having some profitability. And the last are Shudras. They remain mostly in ignorance. Their influence is that they are subjugated to serve others. So, intelligent class of men, warrior class of men, mercantile class of men, and servant class of men. These are the 4 divisions throughout the world, and they have been based according to guna and karma. So, what we have now, caste systems, they are 5th class, 6th class, means more and more deeper ignorance. This purpose of life is not at all exposed to them. So, and this is the age of Kali, where everything is topsy-turvy. Most of us are born in the mode of ignorance. Janmana jayate Shudra. Only karmana jayate Dvija. The karma or the activities of our preference is not that our choice, but rather it's the dictation of our imbibing the mode. The mode dictates us to perform the activity. It is not that I'm doing it voluntarily. No, we don't understand how the influence of the modes which are governing the material uh, cosmic manifestation. It is the same rule all over the world, all over the universe, and all over the cosmic manifestation. It's the same. And we get enough substantial, proof by the most intelligent person in the world, which we call Brahma. Uh, he says, Maya hi yasya jagadanda satani sute traigunya tad vishaya veda vidayama sattvavalabde parasatvam vishuddha sattvam govindamadi purushottamah. This is spoken by him in Brahma Samhita, and which becomes the core of understanding the absolute autocrat, the creator of this material manifestation, as well as his realm called spiritual manifestation. So we are struggling hard against the existence through our so-called acquired skills and acquired atmosphere that we created. And the creations is originally started from the Supreme Absolute, as explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. Elemental creation is done by him, and the subsequent creation, which is called Visarga, was done by Brahma. The tertiary creation is by the horde of demigods, and quaternary, the fourth creation, has been done by human being. Human being is, accepting all this knowledgeability through the Shastras, which dictate the purpose of creation, sustenance, and dissolution. All three things are happening. Meanwhile, we as human beings in this Kali Yuga trying to execute the survival of the fittest thing. And most of the time we fail. There is hardly tangible success in our endeavors. Most of us are in miserable condition because of four defects, and we do not achieve the highest goal of life. So, those who are thoughtful men carrying the absolute words of Lord Shri Krishna, which has been explained in Srimad Bhagavad Gita by himself for the benefit of humanity. His perfections are achieved through his tutelage by great Mahajanas. And there are 12 in number. And they are Swayambhu, Brahma, Shambhu, Lord Shiva, Narad, Kumar, Kapil, Manu, Prahlada, Janak, Bhishma, and Bali, Vyasiki, Vayam. These are 12 authorities, and they are great managers of the material cosmic manifestation. But these managers are highly Krishna conscious. They know the plan of the Lord, the purpose of the Lord, and the aim for every living entity for the ultimate destination, to send them back, help them back for their perfection. The perfection is in uniting with him, but the material nature keeps us disunited with him. So the idea is that expressed by them is carried on further in Srimad Bhagavatam, that is Savai Punsam Paro Dharmo Yato Bhakti Ratukshaje Ahaituki Apratihataya Yatma Suprasiddhati. The best occupation for all humanity is to worship the transcendental Lord, who is beyond the material creation. Even though he is creator, but he is not in his creation. He his inferior energy, Prakriti Ashtadha, where Bhumira Panalo Vayukam Manobuddhire, which are Ahankaram, Itiya me bhinna prakriti ashtata. So they have been using the medium. The demigods are supposed to make the best managerial effort to maintain the material universe. So far, others and the other universes, similarly, such arrangement is there. There are a multitude of universes, and according to modern science, they are ever expanding. So there is no Adi and there is no Ant. There is no beginning nor the end of it. It is a perpetual thing, but it is temporary because it is changing. While the spiritual world does not change. It is as steady and as perfect as ever. So due to our imperfections, we perceive differently, and we try to make a common platform for. Okay, so we try to meet together and try to make some kind of solution which we are not sure of. But by logical understanding, we can understand that if many imperfections come together, can make anything perfect? No. That is not a good proposal, neither it is sensible. But yet we try to ignore the uniting factor himself, that is the creator, and we simply want to worship and manipulate and exploit the resources in the creation that we created. It is not for survival of fittest. It is for giving us a chance to understand what this material creation is, what our occupation is, how are we controlled, rather we can become ever a controller. So that position is already given to the higher authorities, and that is one. But ultimate Parameshwar, the controller of all the controllers, is Shri Krishna. Therefore, we should pay heed and attention, even about the subject matter of commerce or management. Everything has been designed disciplined, but in accordance to our approach to him, he reciprocates. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tams tathaiva bhajamyaham mama vartamanu vartante manushya partha sarvasva. Without any exception, all the men, whether he is a professor, he is a pauper, doesn't matter. They are all coming, approaching, and Krishna reciprocates in that approach. He has already chalked out the path of perfection. And after all our human endeavors of management, we still have to depend upon him. Why? Because he is the source of everything. On our own, we may try to, become good managers, but it requires qualifications. And qualifications are not self-manifested. They emerge by the influence the mode. Good management, good qualification, who is supposed to be choosing the welfare of everyone. Bhagavad Gita guides him that one has to be in mode of goodness. Those who are in mode of passion, which most of us are in a competitive world that puts us into mode of passion. But the lingering effect is of the mode of ignorance, and our success is either minimal or nothing. It's zilch. The idea is that if we see the margin of frustration because of mismanagement is more than a good management and pleasure of everyone. Ultimately, the aim is to be happy, isn't it? So the path of happiness, path of perfection, path of thank is the real purpose for Lord Krishna. Then swakarmanabhi abhyarcha sindhi vindanti manava. He says in Bhagavad Gita, that whatever occupational duty one has, he has to, put his, attention and remain thankful to the source of these activities, the impetus of these activities, the Creator Himself. And this activity should be done as an archana. Archana means offering to the credit of the Supreme. While we want to take credit for ourselves, then we get entangled because we are not the creators. We may be tertiary creator in that sense, as I explained before, that even the demigods are creators. They have their own realms and influences. And there are how many? 33 crores of devatas. So the idea is that it is not fantasy. It is a good management, because you can see all the planetary systems are without violation. They rotate in their orbits without any violation. The days and nights and our activities are dependent on, but they themselves are not violating. But human being is a violator, and then naturally he will have to suffer the consequences. So Krishna consciousness means the teachings of Lord Krishna that we are imbibed, because they have been told for our perfection. Whether Arjun was an instrument as a fighter, he has his managerial skill and efficiency skill and control of his mind, and everything was required for that purpose. But this is external. But Arjun became only victorious because he was a surrendered soul to Krishna. So similarly, for our enterprises, or our management, and our even what we call the work, field of work, we need to be mindful of the creative aspects originally belongs to Lord Krishna, and we inherit in quaternary, means on the fourth grade. Brahma received the first grade. First grade is offered to Lord Krishna himself. Second grade is offered to Brahma. Third grade is to the demigods, the devatas, and fourth grade is for demons and human beings. The demons also are very skillful and managers, but human beings are in between. So therefore, we have a better upper hand that we can incline towards the acceptance of the principles of religion. Or religion is the name, but it is actually an occupational duty. Just like according to our body and bodily constitution under the influence of three modes, our occupational duties are different. Similarly, occupational duty, when you become free from the entanglement of the body and temporary material attachments, our occupational duty is remaining ultimately to Him, which is bhakti. So the idea is convinced in every aspect of both material and spiritual management. The guidance of Lord Krishna as given in Bhagavad Gita is required, and you will not be disappointed for any kind of failures or any kind of discrepancies that we might have done by our own mistakes, or by our limited senses, or by our illusion. or by our cheating propensities. All the problems of management, and especially in this rat race of materialism, the management is using generally the cheating propensity, lying. There is no honesty, because survival of the fittest. I live jivo jivasya jivanam. I depend upon you. Even Gandhi, he has talked about the merchant class of the people. I was in Mumbai, and because I was a foreigner, we used to get special quota in the train by Foreign Reservation Act. So I used to go in that office to get my ticket booked on my passport. And I saw a big sign, Mahatma Gandhi is telling, customer is my God, and I worship him with all the priority. See the management principle. He is deriving the customer means I'm depending upon my customer. Therefore, customer is my maintainer. How I deal with him is a different matter. No, it's not a different matter. It can be only productive and remain in harmony with the laws of material nature only by becoming very compassionate and service attitude. Today, we see serving through our profession, even the managers are servants, even directors are servants, even proprietors are servants. Everybody is in a servant category. And the Kali Yuga, especially, Kalo Shudra Shambhavan, everything is of Shudra quality. The birth is of Shudra quality, the work is of Shudra quality. Hardly anybody is on an intellectual platform. Very few are intellectual. There will be more on Rajasic or the Rajogoni, administrative class. And more are mercantile, but the most are the Shudra servitor class, blue collar, what they call it, and white collar, the blue collar version. So the idea is that because India is privileged with the oldest wisdom and the life sciences, we have to be practically applying rather than forgetting and entering into rat race of competition. And India had everything. It was so prosperous and so developed country in the 5,000 years. You can see when Krishna appeared. But after 5,000, the decline started of Kali Yuga. And this decline is going on and on. Everybody got corrupted. Nobody was spared. So thinking this historical evidence is given that we need to stick to the teachings of Bhagavad Gita as it is available, and more precisely to penetrate every milieu of our society, every section of our society, to give the guidance and proper management, and sure our life will be at least seeing some tangible success towards pleasure of the Lord and all humanity. So with this idea, I would like to invite some questions, and you can share your light, because all of you must be very pious people and learned people. and we need to uh, uh, open our hearts in betterment of the society in our own requisite professions.
Swamiji,
Yeah.
thank you for your valuable speech. I would like to ask one question. So, Lord Krishna is a very good dynamic leader. And what type of leadership most of the occasions Lord Krishna has followed?
Lord Shri Krishna is not a human being. The Supreme Absolute Truth is not a Homo sapiens. Because he is Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnada Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. He is perfect and complete. From whom everything has emanated, he is also perfect and complete. A perfect and complete person cannot make anything imperfect. So, man is striving for perfection. Our aim in this conference is also to exchange the ideas for better management, to better the society and better end game, what we call happiness in life. But whose example will take? If we consider he is a human being, then that's a grave mistake. Avajananti mamu mudha manushim tarumasritam param bhavam ajananta mama bhuta maheshwara. Fools deride me thinking that I am one of them. Of course, what he is executing, both for the ideals of the society, but at the same time, nobody can imitate him. His activities and qualities are so wonderful. Activities are divine and qualities are also divine. The divinity is beyond the material manifestation, which is forced through mode of ignorance, passion, and goodness. But even in this material world, there is no pure goodness. It's always contaminated in this kind. So we cannot imitate Krishna, but we can, follow the instructions given by him. Arjuna has to follow with intellectual deliberation. He did not accept anything blindly. If you see, he was in a dilemma. And that dilemma has been due to ignorance. He was considering Krishna to be one of his friends, an ordinary person. But Arjuna cannot fathom. But he accepted his supremacy because in 11th chapter, in 10th chapter, the Vibhuti Yoga, Arjuna accepts him. Param Brahma Param Dhamam Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum. Why? Ahustvam Rushaya. For you, this kind of conformity is coming from whom? Devarshi. Sarva Devarshi Naradas Tatha Asito Devalo Vyaso Swayam Chaiva Pravishi. The authority is by oral reception. Just like our conference in Zoom is oral reception. But we gain knowledge. Similarly, And the oral reception was given through parampara, and that is Devarshi Narada Statha Asito Devalo Vyaso. Vyasa, Swayam Chay, and you yourself are saying the same truth. Therefore, I accept Sarvameta Dhrutam Manye. Dhrutam means factual. Satyameva Jayate Nandrutam. The victory will be there, which is for factual thing, not imaginary. So, factuality and virtuality are two different things. Gaining knowledge is limited, and therefore virtual method is applied. But one has to sit near the Guru and experience the direct perception. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti tab jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina. The seekers of truth should approach to a bona fide spiritual master in humility, with serving attitude, and he will be imparted the factual knowledge, because the person, the spiritual master has seen, realized the truth. The Jnanina Tattvadarshina. So Tattvadarshis are there. Those who follow Lord Krishna, because he is the supreme absolute truth, speaking about himself, and it is corroborated by great authorities. So it's just like you are all teachers in universities and the professors and so many, but under the institution. So similarly, there is an institution called Parampara or Amnaya, and it is coming in an unbroken chain of disciplic succession to keep the same standard of authoritative truth. We cannot ignore that. We see Ramanuja Sampradaya, then Lord Shiva also started the Sampradaya, a Vaishnava Sampradaya, which is different from Adi Shankara's, and that is given in in Vishnu Swami Sampradaya. Then Lakshmi was also recipient of the absolute knowledge from Lord Krishna and Brahma. These are the four bona fide universities, the school of thoughts, and they have been succeeded in encouraging, enlivening the perfection. Otherwise, there are historical situations also described for particular purpose Krishna has devised. Sorry.
Thank you, Swamiji.
All right. So Krishna's words has to be implemented, and not imitated, or we can't make an excuse out of him.
Swamiji, we got the point. We clearly understood your explanation. But I have a small question to ask. If you see the wisdom that is there in the Bhagavad Gita, it is the supreme and then extraordinary, the text which has so much to impart for the people across the universe in terms of their code of conduct, in terms of duty mind, in all these things. But if you look at the country, because of course Bhagavad Gita origin and then the place of India is worshipped in many aspects. So when you just look at the India, it is the second largest populated country with a high number of ordinary people. So how we will take this extraordinary text to the ordinary people in country like India?
Yes. my spiritual master Srila Prabhupada came to the West, not to deliver the West. Of course, that was a byproduct. Deliverance of the West is a byproduct. But we were following the Western civilization, and nobody was, paying attention to the core teachings of Bhagavad Gita. So he went there and brought it back. So India is becoming spiritualized. The youngsters are sprouting up because they see some tangible and meaningful living. Otherwise, right from the student life, they have to struggle for existence. And so much competition. It is completely going out of hand. What we say, the institutions are few, therefore it is only money oriented and given chance to study at a higher profit and higher even salary incentives. It is a sad situation, but because it is a rat race to follow the Western civilization, and therefore my spiritual master was told by his spiritual master to go to the West and bring it back. How did he bring back? He brought the white elephants. So we'll be attracted to them. What are they doing? Are they serious or not? And we were saved. If they would not have helped our spiritual master, then there was no chance of success. Because hippies were all educated people, but they were frustrated with the norms of the society and the Vietnam War and frustrations that they were facing. They were trying to live a life of freedom by what you call a rebellious nature. That's how they become hippies. Otherwise, they are very intelligent and educated people. It is out of their voluntary choice not to get subjugated to the rat race of that hedonistic society. They were also looking for something alternative. And Srila Prabhupada, by providence, he reached there to, and he became very thankful to them. Then I came with empty hand. I had no resources. I have, come to your country just to give this message. But my spiritual master, he gave me this message that if I have money, simply print the books and distribute it. Spread the message of Lord Shri Krishna as it is without any deviation, any particular motivation. It is a pure devotion. It should be there. So when the devotion is throbbing in the heart of Indians, whether they are coming from rich background or poor grade, because this is the culture, Vedic culture. The cradle of culture is India, but it is highly influenced. Therefore, we were losing our own proprietorship in that sense. So here is the best chance. But Srila Prabhupada brought them back to India and to see the white elephant dancing. And this is a miracle. Everybody will appreciate if they become sincere in seeking the solution to manage this life. So this is our effort. Most of our centers now geared in India. We have been going almost every town and village of the Mother Earth. This whole earth, it is going on, and why not India would be benefited? This is our aim, and we want to glorify the message of Lord Shri Krishna as the most predominant message in the theistic schools all over the universities abroad also. Krishna has given intelligence to the foreign people that Srila Prabhupada went and put up the direct challenge of accepting Krishna as the God. They do not know who is God. They cannot pinpoint to anybody. No personality is being accepted in either Bible or Quran. But we have definite and specific realized knowledge coming from the sadhus. Adi Shankara accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even though he spread atheistic philosophy called Advaita Siddhant and Mayavad. But we have to come out from this. It's a historical a Renaissance period has been given in this particular time, which is said to be about 10,000 in Adi Puran and even Bhavishya Puran. The specifics are historical, and we see after Lord Krishna disappeared, Buddha came, and Buddha spread atheism. It is Krishna who is spreading his own denial in Buddhism, but he saw that the Brahmins were corrupted and they were eating cow flesh by under the pretense of performing yajna. So Jayadev Goswami is nindasi yajna vidhe ahasruti jatam sadaya radaya darshita pashughatam keshavadrita buddha sharira jaya jagatisha. So we worship Buddha, but we know the purpose of Buddha. And to drive Buddhism away, Adi Shankara was told by Lord Vishnu in Padma Puran that you preach atheistic philosophy to corroborate with Buddhism, but drive Buddhism out of India. Specific instructions are there in the Puranas. And Lord Shiva tells to Parvati, Mayavadam Ashat Shastram, Prachanna Gud Bautam, Mayate Vihita, Brahmana Rupena Kalina. In this Kali Yuga, I will come as a Brahman to dissuade the people, but I will establish the Vedic authority back and drive the Buddhism away. It is a disguise, Buddhism, atheism. Aham Brahmasmi, there is no Parabrahma. So Tattvamasi, there is no Tattva behind yourself. It's very parallel to Buddhism, you know. But you never made any dent. We are not putting any dent even in the psyche of people. We are so insignificant. And where is the magnificence of Lord Shri Krishna? How can we compare? But we inherit. It is our obligation to become Krishna conscious because this is the culture, Vedic culture, and India is the cradle of the culture. So India is the ultimate beneficiary and the benefactor both. Does it answer your question?
Yes, Swamiji, and thank you so much for your explanation with examples.
Thank you, sir. Organizers, please proceed. Further proceedings.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, thank you very much for your excellent speech for the future managers.
Hare Krishna.
Very, sir, Swamiji, very insightful information you have given, and particularly you have given good blessings for the students and research scholars and faculty members.
Yeah.
Krishna bless you all to make a real dent in the psyche of atheistic people.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you
Krishna.
so much.
Organizers, please proceed.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Coordinators.
Thank you. Thank you. Very knowledgeable.